Hey guys, Gum here. I wanted to make a response video on one of the comments I got. It's I can give you 10 reasons to avoid Entropia Universe in 2026. And this comment was under my 5 reasons to start playing Entropia. Anyways, I wanted to kind of start off by just saying you shouldn't play a game you don't like. If somebody was saying, I have 10 reasons why I don't want to play Dark Souls, I would say, okay, but just don't play Dark Souls. Really, no harm, no foul. This isn't me trying to convince anyone that they should play Entropia. If you find these reasons compelling, then you probably just shouldn't play Entropia. And I just wanted to start off by saying that because I'm going to kind of give my responses on why I play Entropia, um, kind of my answers to why I don't think these are good reasons, but it's all personal experience. So honestly, if you guys find these compelling, you don't like it, you don't like Entropia, and this will make more sense as I go through the list, but I just kind of wanted to put that out there. So, to start off, number 1, it's still fundamentally a casino with extra steps. The real cash economy sounds empowering until you realize the house edge is baked into every action. The expected returns remain below 100%, and the game is designed so you must cycle money to play. Now, my response to this is going to be a little controversial, but I just want to kind of point out what a casino is. A casino is real money games. If you wanted to just simplify it, it's real money games. It's games with real money. That's it. I mean, yes, there's a house edge. Yes, it's more in depth. But if you just wanted a boilerplate, like what is a casino? It's games you can play with real money. Now, Entropia Universe is a game with real money. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of similarities. I'm not someone who goes, Dark Souls is too hard, so I don't like it. It's like, yeah, you don't like this type of game. Don't play it. It's fine. But it's not a critique. It's not a critique that makes sense to people who actually play Dark Souls. People who play Dark Souls know it's hard, like that it's hard. That's it. It's fine. It's part of what makes it a fun game. So when people say, "Oh, it's essentially a casino," yeah, I mean, it's a real money game. It's at its core, that's what Entropia is. If you don't like it, that's fine. This game isn't for you. But it's not a real critique of the actual game. It's just something you don't like. It's just a preference. All right. Number 2, the documentation problem never got fixed. New players are thrown into a maze of outdated guides, missing information, contradictory community posts. The game relies on players doing unpaid detective work to understand basic systems. Honestly, I could really just summarize my response to this as it's a complex game. Some people will like that, other people won't. If you have an MMO that's been around for more than 20 years, that's 20 years of quests and secrets and different items, you're going to kind of have this issue. I think Mindark does a really good job at explaining the basic systems that you need to know, but not everyone will pick up on it, and you do kind of have to rely on the mentor system. But overall, I would just say this is a negative consequence of a complex game. And again, it just might not be for everybody. If you want to play a very straightforward game like Mario, where it's really obvious the direction you need to go, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's also not necessarily a huge critique of a game for just having a lot of complexity. Number 3, the skill system is a sunk cost trap. Skills rise slowly, decay in value, and require massive deposits to reach meaningful levels. The illusion of your avatar is an investment collapses once you try to liquidate anything. Really, you have to define like what you mean by reach meaningful levels. I mean, Entropia doesn't market itself as you will play and then you get rich. It's a game where you can play at any level. You can really just play for free, or you can deposit, or anywhere in between. Number 4, loot volatility is still punishing. The loot algorithm continues to swing wildly. You can lose hundreds of dollars in hours with no guarantee of recovery. Long-term return is comforting myth until you see your PED card evaporate. Again, this is kind of just number three. I mean, this is just a consequence of it having real cash value. I mean, yes, this game just might not be for you, but that's just what the game is. It has real money. So if you're playing at a high level, you can lose a lot of money. You can also make a lot of money. If you're playing at a low level, you can't really lose that much money. But you also probably won't make that much money either. It just is the way of the game. It's the way of life. Number five. The economy favors whales and veterans, high-end gear, land areas, markup opportunities are monopolized by long-term players. Newcomers enter a mature economy where the ladder has been pulled up. Now, from this is kind of a tell that the person who wrote this isn't a Uber or somebody who actually has high-end gear, land areas, or anything like that. Because if you do, it really is a game of inches. And I feel like this is maybe a problem with some of the Entropia creators where they're not being entirely honest. A lot of the Ubers, they say, "Oh, I made $10,000 or I made $100,000 or whatever." And it's not really based in reality, where a lot of the Ubers are really just shaving, a few percentage, it's markup. Anyone can really do it. And yeah, there is luck involved and skill, but you're still competing for just a sliver of profitability. It's possible, but it's just not as easy as this commenter is putting out. Number six, Mindark's communication remains opaque. Critical changes happen with vague patch notes, no roadmaps, no transparency, and expected to trust a company that historically avoids explaining its own economic decisions. Someone in the community, I do sympathize with the idea of not having all the information. The extinction event comes to mind where Mindark is like, oh, there's going to be this extinction event, and there's not a whole lot of information that comes on after that. I mean, I can't really defend a lot of that. So I would just say, yeah, fair criticism. I agree with number six. Number seven, progress is tied to your wallet, not your time. You can grind for months and still be stuck in the same loop unless you deposit. The play for free fantasy collapses the moment you try to hunt anything above puny mobs. Look, it's a real cash economy. If you're not going to deposit, unfortunately, you will have to sweat for a long time. I mean, Mindark is not going to just give away free money. Players in Entropia are, again, fighting for just a few percent of markup. It's really not even coherent to think that you're just going to download a game and just get a bunch of free money. Number eight, the game loop is repetitive and shallow. Hunt, mine, craft, repeat. The core gameplay hasn't evolved meaningful in decades. The excitement comes from gambling on loot, not from engaging with mechanics. This I have two responses for. One, I just want to throw back to somebody playing Dark Souls and then saying, oh, the game is too hard. I don't like hard games. It's a dumb game. It's like, okay, some people like hard games. Some people like repetitive games. Some people like grinding. It's just not for you. That's fine. But it's not a critique on why just like the general public should not play Entropia. And my second point is that there actually is quite a bit more to do in Entropia than what they listed. Of course, there's hunting, mining, crafting, trading, but there's also taming creatures, there's beauty services, shop owning, land area owning, investing, and PvP. There's sweating, there's also a social aspect. Either you get why people would want to play this type of game, or it's maybe just not for you. Number nine, the social experience is inconsistent. Some planets are ghost towns, other are cliques. Many players are AFK, sweating or running bots. The world feels alive only during events, and even then, it's mostly people chasing jackpots. This is an interesting critique because it's true, but it's also true of the real world. I mean, most people are not everywhere. They're gathered in cities, they're at concerts, they're at parks. They're not just spread out evenly all across everywhere. And some places are deserted. You can go in the real world and find places that are completely empty. That's fair if you don't want to play it because of that reason, but I don't feel like that's going to sway a lot of people who play the game. Number 10, you're entering a system designed to extract, not entertain. Entropia isn't built to delight you, it's built to keep you depositing. Every system, from decay to ammo burn to crafting failures, is engineered to ensure the house always wins. Look, you can play Entropia and you can sweat and you can explore and you can socialize and you don't have to deposit. And if you do deposit, you don't have to deposit money that you should be worried about. I don't think anyone should ever do that. If you're going to deposit, you should just deposit money that you could lose or you could spend on another game. And if you do that, that also will open up more activities you can do in the game. I just really don't understand how people think this game could work other than this. Of course, Mindark has to make money. If you've invested a lot of money, in Uber gear and skills and land areas, and if you've actually done that, you don't want Mindark just going broke. You want them to be profitable, making money. You want the game to succeed, expand. So, yeah, that's kind of my response to this comment. I thought I would make a video and just kind of explain my side of it. This is a little bit different structure than I normally do, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah,